We were struggling to get out of a mental bog, thinking that as we were 9% leaders, struggling to reach 6%, how could we possibly go 12%? Yeah, but we had to see things before they started to happen. We had to start to think like 12 and 15%ers 3 months before we got there. A month later, at a seminar at the Webbington again, Jerry and Mandy Scriven were here talking about a blueprint for a good self-image and how you could teach yourself to expect results, how you could learn how to think like a director, and of course you only had to learn once. More light bulbs went off in my head, and I thought that perhaps if I did as Jerry suggested, it might work. What a clot I was being. Why else would he suggest it? So we started learning about self-talk. And Jerry and Mandy Scriven are fantastic communicators. Thousands of people are going to hear from them next month. Going to plans saying, I'm a direct, and visualizing ourselves walking across stage. Imaging, visualizing the host of the plan going across stage 12%, and then you got started that week. Tom and Tina 12%, Tom and Tina 12%. Everybody I showed the plan to gets in. I show the plan, a follow-up, a start-up. I show the plan, a follow-up, a start-up. People at traffic lights look at you, think you're nuts. But within a month of doing that, we sponsored 3 people who are all building big businesses today. And our 6 month of desert had come to an end. I think that everybody spends at least some amount of time building a business entirely on faith that it'll work. And taking guidance in this business literally will reward you. It reminds me of the story of Desert Pete. There was a man walking across the desert, stumbling, almost dying of thirst, when he saw a well. As he approached the well, he found a note in a can close by. The note read, "There is enough water in this well, enough for all. But sometimes the leather washer gets dried up, and you have to prime the pump. If you look underneath the rock just west of the well, you will find a bottle full of water, corked. Please don't drink the water. You've got to take that bottle of water and pour the first half of it very slowly into the pump to loosen up the leather washer. When you pour the rest of the water in that bottle very fast and pump like crazy, you will get water. The well has never run dry. Have faith. And when you're done, don't forget to put the note back into the rock and fill the bottle with water." What would you do? Have faith. As we started to build the business, things started happening. We discovered that we had some growing to do together. I learned that I was pig stubborn, and I learned the difference between logic and emotion, and that the two are very powerful and don't mix. I couldn't understand Anne's needs. You know, you come back home after a hard day's work, and you walk through the door, you say, and your wife says, "Who are you going to contact tonight?" And you think, "Who are you going to pick up as a customer?" And then you say it, and World War III breaks out. And all of a sudden, just when things were starting to happen, we should have been excited. We were both on short fuses. So we try a more subtle approach, don't we? You come in through the door and say, "I'm going to contact somebody, to some people tonight, and really get this thing going." And how is our personal PV doing, by the way? And you get a tape quoted at you, that's where it says that retailing should be shared. And you try and think of the tape that says contacting should be shared. You learn to strike a balance. I was hoping Anne wouldn't tell you about phoning me from the village phone box. But that made the point, and I started reading Man of Steel and Velvet after that, realised what I was doing wrong. Started setting personal goals to become a better husband, a better father, a better upline. Helped me focus on areas that I needed to change. And I built pictures in my mind of the perfect relationship with Anne. Sitting by a table, nice, some warm, sunny climate, with a bottle of wine in front of us, with Anne, sea lapping at our feet. I'd crack a joke, and Anne would laugh. Yeah. And if you think about it, that's what we're taught in the business, to picture what we want. And perhaps, there are many, many dreams that we all have. One of ours, the most powerful ones, is just to be part of the team and to spend time, precious time with the emeralds and diamonds. That's a privilege we're really looking forward to. But your dream is like a powerful magnet that'll pull you to success. The more carefully you define it, the more powerful it will pull. It's like tuning a TV set or a radio set. Fuzzy picture won't grab your interest. The clearer the picture, the more powerful the pull. We made the mistake in the early days of having big, lofty dreams, yeah? Stuff that were years away, and nobody could tell we were getting closer. And we learned to have some short-term dreams. Like, I think one of the ones that was the most powerful for us was when I just wanted to generate £300 a month so Anne could have the choice to stop work. And when we did that and fixed the date, that was frightening. I rang up Brian and said, "What the heck do I do?" But that's when it started to work. Some of the smaller dreams were almost touchable. They were a bit closer, you see, and they hurt because of that. They really were the PowerPoints of our business, those short-term dreams. They're like what I call the ratchets to the business. One at a time, one click at a time, you'll get there. A goal is a dream with a date on it. A dream without a date is just a wish list. But it takes guts to have a goal. Setting goals is just about setting dates on the dreams and breaking it down into smaller pieces. Who here would like to be earning another £500 a month by Christmas? Yeah? £1,000 a month by Christmas? Yeah? Really? Keep your hands up a minute. Did you really want that? Phil, have we got the cameras going? Yeah? I can sense some of you doing what I was doing when somebody else tried to set my goal. Don't push me. Don't push me. I don't work well under pressure. I'm showing the plans, telling the product, what else do you want me to do? Okay? And see, it takes guts to have a goal. But many of you will have set your goals not only to be at for enterprise, but to be there with your group and to be able to have 10 and 9% meeting with Fred and Linda. I can remember sitting down and we'd set the goals and Anne would say, yeah, we can do it, let's do that. And I've been thinking, oh no, I've got to make some more phone calls. You see, I tell you, we would have built this business a whole lot faster, except I had a back problem. There's a big yellow street running right down the middle of it. See, it takes guts, because if we set the goal and then don't hit it, that would look bad, wouldn't it? But then we realise that success isn't hitting the goal. Success is taking responsibility of our own businesses and stretching for the goals that we set ourselves. Working at them, having a good shot. Trying again, trying again, trying again. Failure is not even starting. What we found was that when we set the goal to hit a level, we started asking the right questions. We started asking the bigger questions. We started asking, how the heck do we do that? And we started to get the answers we were looking for. Goals focused our minds, got us asking the right questions. They focused us on the small steps that we could just keep on taking, which would become the stairway to our dreams. Those small steps were simple. As long as we kept them in focus, we found we could make sure we did them every month. Simple steps like, doing the 140, listening to the tape every day, reading a book 20 minutes a day, showing the plans several times a week. For us, doing the 140 every month was very important. It was the one thing that we could achieve every month. And by doing that, we knew we were doing what it took to build a business. To get to the end of the month, to be able to turn around and say, we've done the 140, we've shown the plan, we're moving on. 2 tapes helped me at that point. Zig Ziglar tape called Goal Setting, and a new one now called Planning and Goal Setting, Ian and Jean Lawson. And Tim and Sherry Bryan, You Pay Now, You Pay Later. And he talks on that tape about setting goals for people at seminars, and that really was, our business has never grown faster when we set goals for that to happen. So the dream is the freedom to choose what we do with our time. The dream is complete security, travel, all those things. The goal is the date we're going to go across stage at 12%, 21%. The date we're going to go and pay cash for the Mercedes 300 SL. Whatever it is, the date. The plan is helping 2 and then 4 people get to a seminar. Helping 2 and 4 people get to free enterprise. Helping 2 and 4 people go 6 and 9%. The action is doing it. And that's when we stopped talking and started doing. Dreams lead to goals which need plans that are backed by action. And that takes discipline, doesn't it? That book, 7 Strategies for Wealth, I read it again the other day and I realised how much I learned from that book. One of the principles that leapt out of that book and slapped me around the chops was discipline. Nasty word, isn't it? Yeah? But you see, discipline is a bridge between thought and accomplishment. For example, I've set a goal to diet lots of times and I haven't lost any weight yet because I haven't had the discipline to do that. Discipline is the glue that bonds inspiration to achievement. Any successful sportsman or woman will tell you that it took years and months and years of practice in all weathers to get to the peak of fitness that they needed. For a kite to fly, it must rise against the wind. Every challenge and obstacle that we come across is an opportunity to rise and learn more about success. It takes discipline to consciously build and fine-tune the dream. It takes discipline to listen to a tape every day and reading a book. It takes discipline to set the goals, our own goals, each month and create the plans and action to make sure they happen. What does it take to acquire that discipline? Well, for us, an awareness of how big an impact that was going to have on our lives. What did we want to accomplish and what did we need to change? Was I willing to do whatever it took? Number 2, long-term commitment. Character is sticking to the decision after the emotion has gone. Number 3, our commitment was going to be tested. It seemed to us that every time we set a goal, things started going backwards. Yeah? Ever had that happen? Circumstances will be testing us and testing our commitments. Those challenges, rising above them, we climb higher. Like today, many of you have already got your tickets for Free Enterprise, but you've already set goals and plans in place to bring more people with you to that function. The smallest discipline successfully put in place creates a surge of pride. I can remember disciplining myself to go out and find a customer each week. And coming back with my first order of LOC, I was on top of the world. Yeah? Smallest little things create a surge of pride. A poem called The Man in the Glass. When you get what you want in your struggle for self, and the world makes you king for a day, just go to the mirror and look at yourself and see what that man has to say. For it isn't your father or mother or wife whose judgment upon you must pass. The fellow whose verdict counts most in your life is the one staring back from the glass. You may be like Jack Horner and chisel a plum and think you're a wonderful guy, but the man in the glass says you're only a bum if you can't look him straight in the eye. He's the fellow to please, never mind all the rest, for he's with you clear to the end, and you've passed your most dangerous, difficult test, if the man in the glass is your friend. Dare to dream big enough. Paint your picture of success in 5 years' time. Take the brakes off your thinking and allow yourself to soar like an eagle and look at the view that lies ahead. What is your view? What do you want your view to be? All we need to do is to make those views a reality is to adopt a few success principles, one step at a time. Put them into action and plug into the system. The tremendous opportunity we all have next month is to get along to Free Enterprise and learn from some hugely successful people. And if you want your business to succeed, then you'll have already got your tickets today. But what is Free Enterprise all about? What is Free Enterprise Day? Well, it's an event that will increase your belief. It's a day when you can learn about building your own success. It's not a day of a boring, dry business meeting. It's a fun-packed day. It gives a lot of information and inspiration. For Enterprise Day, you need to get to is the 17th of October. I think you already know that, and tickets are £27. We'll be learning from Diamond Direct's Bernie and Janet D'Souza. 4 years ago, Bernie was a PT instructor working with the RAF. As soon after seeing this business, he started building it from a telephone box. He went to his first major function. 3 years later, he was financially free. 4 years at Diamond. Jerry Manders Scriven. So many people owe so much of their success to Jerry Manders Scriven and Pat and Rita Gregory. And to be able to listen to Jerry Manders Scriven as new Diamonds is going to be a very special day. Their knowledge and experience in this business and their vision of the future and where it's going will take your breath away. Fred and Linda Harteyes, the masters of networking the world over. Fred and Linda have organizations all over the world and tremendous respect from people in the business. To have a day to share and learn from people like that, that's why this business works. Why is it so important? Well, what will it be worth? Quite simply, your dreams, your goals, your picture of success, your security, your peace of mind, the house of your dreams. Waking up in the morning and realizing everything's paid for. All of that, that's what it'll be worth. If we're honest with ourselves and ask the question, are we going to achieve all that we want for ourselves and our family without this business? The honest answer to that is no. Probably not. Free Enterprise is a down payment on your dreams. How can it be so powerful? Well, I think I can remember first having a look at this business and I thought, well, great, but is it really that good? Is it really that possible? Is it really that big? In other words, I didn't have a lot of confidence in the beginning of the business. Free Enterprise Day will give you that confidence and realize that your wildest dreams are reality. They're realistic. The other thing that Free Enterprise will give you is confidence in you. Because we got going in this business, as I hope you understand now, I was thinking, can I do it? Fear. I needed confidence in me. Free Enterprise will give you the confidence that you can build this business. It'll give you a lot of information as to how to build a business. There's a fact that the directs that will break within the next 12 to 24 months will be at Free Enterprise. Make your decision to overcome any obstacles in your way and plan on bringing people with you. Yeah, there's a cost to Free Enterprise, the ticket, possibly some travel. How much would you pay for the information that you need to be financially free within the next 2 to 5 years? £500? £1,000? £2,000? £27? Ridiculous. It's really just a question of deciding to be there and then finding the solutions. There is plenty of time to retail. We could actually move a few products. I always think when faced with a challenge in any business, in any challenge, whether it's a family or in the business, you know about the 95% group and the 5% group we hear about in the plan. And I always think to myself, what would 95% of people do in this situation? And I do the opposite. Think about that. Make your decision and plan your solutions. There'll be other commitments. There'll be babysitter challenges. There'll be maybe family commitments. And I suppose the hard fact is we have to ask ourselves the question, is the family gathering going to provide us with the millionaire information, with the information that allows us to build our own financial future? And the answer has to be no, but free enterprise will. There will be other commitments that'll be difficult for some people to get there. Most of you I know are already going. But all the emeralds at one point and early in their business said, I can't get there. But then they found a way to be there, and now they're financially free. You're a winner, and you can find a way to be there. Imagine this. Imagine that if we could come to a deal where you go to Free Enterprise, attend all the sessions at Free Enterprise, and you can pick up a cheque for £10,000 at the end of all those sessions. Now, those of you that have got commitments and think it's a challenge to get there, if you knew that was a fact, could you come now? Yeah? Now, most of you could. And for those of you that are still wondering, is it really worth it, still uncertain, and I can understand that because it's difficult to appreciate how useful and how powerful that day can be and how much fun it can be. It's either because you don't really believe in the business or that you don't believe that you can do it, which is precisely why you need to be there. The other thing, I finished on a story. Take yourself back a couple hundred years and you're a hunter with a spear. And you go out to hunt for food for the winter stock and you leave your family behind, you go across the river and into the hills. 3 or 4 weeks later you come back with your load of catchings. And when you get back, the river's frozen over. And it's a deadly river. There's a lot of people who've gone across the ice and fallen through it. But you've got a choice. You can either walk up river and across some stones way upriver, take another week, or you can go straight across the ice, where there's a family waiting. You can see the house across the way. Warm fire. What do? Well, you probably get out on your hands and knees, walk out, crawl out onto the ice, checking every way. And there's a bit of creaking, a little bit like the business, really, isn't it? Not sure whether it's real. And then as you creep out, you get down onto your belly and wriggle out, hoping it isn't going to break. And you're halfway across, getting cold, and you suddenly hear this sort of, and you freeze. And you look up over your shoulder, and there's a horse and wagon coming careering across the ice beside you. What do you do now? You get up and run home, and that's what Free Enterprise will do for you. We'll see you there.